Hello, everyone. I am hoping that second time is a charm and that you can actually hear my voice. If you were watching before, I had some technical difficulties. So I hope that you can hear me now. So let me see if I can pull up so I can see your chats. All right, and we will get started. Hello, hello. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And as you hop on, let me know if you can hear me now. I do understand there is closed captioning, which is great, but I also am hoping that you can hear my voice too. So as I mentioned earlier, I am filming from Florida, not from Iowa, where I'm from. And I'll be coming to you here from Florida for a couple of months. And today I have a fun accordion card for you. And I'm going to be using one of the stamp sets out of our mini catalog and also one of the free celebration designer series paper. So if you have 12 by 12 designer series paper laying around your house in your craft room, this will be a good way that you can use your designer series paper to make cards, because I'm going to be using a 12 by 12 designer series paper for the card base. Okay, before I turn the camera down and let's start stamping, I am going to share some prizes from last week. And there's 3 ways that you can earn or you can be in a drawing for a prize. And so one way is to leave a comment. So right now I am live, and today is Tuesday, February the 8th, 2022. And I'm live on YouTube and Facebook. If you don't see the little red live in the corner, then it means you're watching this on replay. And either way, I'm glad you're here. So congratulations to Vay of Minnesota. You've won this card along with an envelope for leaving a comment the last time I was live. So I do need your address, so you can email me at rusticbarncards@gmail.com. Okay, and I have a winner for sharing my video. So the random drawing for sharing my video the last time I was live is Joanne Porter, and you will receive one of the cards that I shared on my live last week with an envelope and a package of Real Red rhinestones. I do need your address, so please email me your address at rusticbarncards@gmail.com, and I'll get that in the mail this week. And then congratulations. So one way to win is leaving a comment. The second way is sharing my video. And the third way is placing an order with me, and your name goes in a drawing. And congratulations to Mary Ann Riggs for being the winner of the random drawing for those of you that placed an order with me. And I have this stamp set, Approaching Perfection, that will go out to you tomorrow. And I do have your address. All right. Well, I think we are ready to turn the camera down and do a little stamping. And first, I want to talk about a couple of things. And let's get some light on so you can see. I'm still working on the lights here a little bit. So first I wanted to talk about this collection called All Together Collection, and it's available right now through May 2nd. And the collection includes a stamp set, designer series paper, and it's 6 by 6, it's black and white. There's dies, and there's also these natural tone blends collection. And if you want to purchase all of this, there's a order number, and it's $105. But you also can purchase separately. Now you can get the stamp set and the dies and save 10% as a bundle. You can also just order the stamp set. And as I promised, love changes everything. Every act of kindness changes the world. We'll get through this together. You matter to me. And then it has two different hands and pairs of hands and a little heart. So you can order that by itself. You can also order the dies here for you. You matter by itself. And you can also order the designer series paper. And then the natural tones blends, you can order those, the 10 for $45, or you can order the combo pack, 2 in a pack, $9. Now, after the altogether promotion is over on May 2nd, then you will not be able to order the stamp set, dies, or designer series paper, but the Stampin' Blends you will be able to order because they're going to be in our new annual catalog. Got rid of too many pages. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about really quick before we start stamping is my Stamps Club. This is my monthly Stamps Club. And this month, February, I'm using Hello Ladybug. And this is the stamp set right here. So for $30 a month, you would receive this stamp set in the mail. You also would receive the video tutorials and a card kit for 6 cards. And then the best deal in the catalog is the starter kit. The starter kit is $99, and you can choose $125 worth of product. And right now, through the end of February, you can also add to your starter kit 2 free stamp sets that you can choose from the mini catalog. And you receive free shipping. And then after your starter kit, you will receive a 20% discount for all of your crafting supplies. So again, this is really the best value for your money. So as I said, I'm going to be using the stamp set, Daffodil Daydream. It's in the mini catalog on page 37. And here is the stamp set, and it does have dies that go with it. And right now through the end of February, we have celebration. So for every $50 order you place, you can receive a free celebration item. And I am going to use the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper for our project today. This coordinates with the Daffodil Daydream stamp set. So here is the stamp set that I'm going to be using. It has some accent marks here. There's a little like a border, 2 images of daffodils, a butterfly, Easter blessings, and Happy Mother's Day. It does come with, you can buy it as a bundle and save 10% and purchase the dies too. And we are going to use this die right here. So I'm going to leave that out. But you also have a die that cuts out the other image. So both images, you have a die for the butterfly, plus you have an extra butterfly. And then you have stems and leaves and flower petals that you can make your own daffodils with these dies. So a lot of fun dies in this set. And then today, for the project, I'm going to be using one of the new embossing folders, the gingham embossing folder in our mini catalog. All right, so we are also going to need, you're going to need some basic white, and this is 2 3/4 by 4. And you need pale papaya, which is 3 by 4 1/4. basic white, which is 5 1/4 by 4, and this will be our inside layer. You need a scrap of basic white for our sentiment and a scrap of basic white to stamp our daffodil image. And let me show you, this is all of the designer series paper that you can receive free by placing a $50 order that coordinates with the Daffodil Daydream. So here, and you get 2 sheets of each of these. I just pulled out 1 sheet so you could see. Isn't this gorgeous? I love all these vibrant colors. And then on the back, so the front is more colorful than on the back. You have more of just stripes and checked and hearts. So today we are going to use this one right here. I'm going to bring in our trimmer. And again, I'm going to call this an accordion fun fold because it kind of looks like, and I'm going to put, because it looks kind of like an accordion. I'm going to put our 12 by 12 paper in here. So you need 12 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and place my 12 by 12 designer series paper in my trimmer. And I'm going to line it up 5 1/2. Hi, Judy. Oh, good. You can see and hear me now. Well, that's good to know. And I'll know that for next time. I'm using a different computer, so they're all a little bit different, aren't they? And I'm glad you found me. Thank you for sticking with me. So I'm going to put a 12 by 12 inch paper in here. It's 12 by 5 1/2. We'll lay this aside. We're not going to use it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the paper. So the 12 inch is right here. So we're going to do a little scoring. So I'm going to move my cutting blade out of the way. And then I'm going to score at 1 3/4. We're going to make 3 score marks, and the lighter color is our scoring blade. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to slide it over to 4 3/4. And I will have these dimensions in my blog on my blog at rusticbarncards.com. So 4 3/4. So we've done 1 at 1 3/4, 1 at 4 3/4, and then I'm going to open up this arm because our third score that we're going to do is 7 3/4. And I'll have all the dimensions and everything that I used on my blog later today. So that is all we need. And so I'll move the trimmer out of the way. And I'll bring in my bone folder. And then I'm going to fold this first one. I'm going to fold it this way. And I want to make sure that I get those edges so it's even there. And then just use that bone folder to make that crease. And then I'm going to fold this one out like this. And then this is going to be, so then I'm going to fold this over right like this. And then it opens up kind of like an accordion, right? So basically we folded this over and this up and over like this. And then I'm going to bring in our basic white inside layer. And I'm going to do a little stamping. We're going to use 2 inks today. We're going to use our Memento Tuxedo Black ink and Flirty Flamingo. I'm also going to be using a few blends, which when we get to that, I will share what we're going to use. I'm going to bring in a little butterfly, and I'm going to ink that up in Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to place it over here on the left. Now on this card, if you decide to add a greeting or anything that you want to stamp it over on the left part of your card, because on the right-hand side will show. So you'd want to do your stamping over on the left for your inside layer. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this right now. So I'm going to bring in some liquid glue. And we'll just add this inside our card. So we're using the Designer Series paper as our card base. And as you'll see, this is really quick and easy. I have 2 more cards to show you, so please stay with me. Now I am going to bring in the scrap for our sentiment, and I'm going to Easter blessing, so I'm going to make an Easter card. So I'll ink this up in Memento Black. And there we go. I'm going to use this. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to bring in, this is our double oval punch. It's in the annual catalog. I like it because you can stamp something here, and then you can do a layer of another color of cardstock. But today I'm going to use the large, and I'm just going to use the 1 oval. So I'm going to go ahead and place Easter blessings in here and get it lined up, kind of centered. And you know I love punches because they are quick and easy, right? So we're going to lay this aside right now. And we're going to bring in our scrap of basic white, and we are going to bring in our large daffodil image, because I'm going to stamp, color, and die cut out. Now, because it's a large stamp, I'm going to pick up my ink, and I just find it's easier to do it this way when it's a large stamp. Now, I do have one colored, so you won't have to watch me color all of it, but I want to show you the colors that I used. And of course, you could use any colors that you wanted to. You don't have to use the colors that I use. I kind of coordinated with the Designer Series paper that I am using. So I'm going to press, and I'm going to give evenly pressure, and then I'm going to go straight up, and there is our image. And the blends I'm going to use, I'm going to be using light and dark mossy meadow, light and dark pale papaya, light and dark flirty flamingo. Hi, Jenny. Good, I'm glad you can hear. And I'm also going to be using the color lifter. I'm going to do something a little bit different with that on the leaves. So as I said, I am not going to be coloring all of this, but I wanted to show you what I did. So on the tops of the flowers, I used my Flirty Flamingo, and I just kind of went around the top edges. And then I used the dark pale papaya, and I went over where the lines are already on your image. I want to use the dark for that. And I'm bringing in my pale papaya. So we'll just go ahead and just color one of these flowers. And then I just kind of shade this in. And I think I want to use the dark pale papaya for the inside of my flower, just to kind of set it off a little bit, and down here. And then if you want to do a little shading, you could add some more dark. And then you can always come back with your lighter. and go ahead and you can just kind of blend it and blend it there. Now, what I'm going to do with the leaves, I'm going to use the light mossy meadow. And so instead of coloring the entire leaf, I am just going to add kind of a little bit like 3 dots there. And then I'm going to bring in the color lifter, and the color lifter does, it just kind of lightens it, but yet it kind of, don't know if you can see that or not, but you'll see it on the one that I've done. So it gives it just a kind of a, a look that, you know, the leaves will not all be the same when you do it this way, as you'll see. And you just kind of just go ahead and just use that color lifter, and it lightens it and it kind of blends it too. So I decided to do the leaves like this on this card, and then I have another card that I colored all the leaves with the blends, and I didn't use the color lifter, which I will show. So once you have this colored, so pretend that we do, then I would place the dye and we'd run it through the dye machine. And then I already have that finished for us. So this is the daffodil that we're going to use. And again, I did that same thing with the color lifter on the leaves. So that's why they look a little bit different. So it's kind of fun little technique. All right. So we have our daffodils, and I'm going to bring in these 2 layers, and this is basic white at 2 3/4 by 4, and I'm going to bring in the gingham embossing folder, and this is in the mini catalog, and you can place it this way or you can place it this way, so you know, whichever way that you want. So I'm going to place it right here, and then I'm going to run that through the embossing folder, and I already have one finished. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to bring in some of our pale papaya ribbon and my silicone craft sheet. And we're going to add a little ribbon to this. So I just need it a little bit wider than the cardstock. And then I'm going to decide where to place it by using this. So I'm going to put our flower on here. And I think I'm going to have our sentiment right here. So I'm going to put our ribbon maybe about right here. So not quite in the middle, but almost. So I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to bring in our Stampin' Seal Plus. And I'm just going to make a little place right here. And that. On the ribbon, and we will close this. And we will try it again. There we go. I think we have it. All right. For some reason it wants to. There we go. I think I was pressing too hard, so we've got it now. All right. Stampin' Seal and I don't always get along, but it's getting better. So now I'm going to add this basic white layer to the pale papaya layer, and that pale papaya is just 1/4 of an inch larger than this basic white. So the pale papaya is 3 by 4 1/4, but I'll have all these dimensions on my blog, on my webpage at rusticbarncards.com later today. And we will press that down. Now, do you think I should pop this up with dimensionals, or should I just glue it down? Let me know what you think, okay? So should I pop this up or just glue it down? What do you think I should do? Hi, Marie. Well, I was having internet issues too. I started out with no volume. I had to go out and come back in. So I'm glad you're here, Marie, and I'm glad your internet's working. So what do you guys think? Should I, this is going to go on, I guess it would help maybe if I show you where it's going to go. This is going to go in the front of our card. And so do you think I should pop it up or just glue it on? So I have made 2 cards I'm going to share with you, and one I popped up and one I didn't. So you'll get to see that, but what do you want me to do with this one? Okay, looks like, Marie, you say pop it up. Okay, you know, I do love dimensionals, and so we're going to go with that. And I think it makes it stand out a little bit more. This is really like I said, it's a quick card, and you can use some of your 12 by 12 designer series paper that you haven't used. And I like to put a mini right there. To dig for my minis, I guess I didn't have it out, but I like to put a mini right there on the end of that stem. And then we'll take the backings off and we'll just pop this daffodil up. And Judy, you agree we should pop it up? And I am using dimensionals. Did I say dimensional? Maybe I didn't say dimensionals. I'm not sure what I said, but we're going to pop it up with dimensionals. All right. And there we go. And while I'm putting this card together, you can watch me for my embellishments. Do we want to use the end colors? We could use the pale papaya. We could use the evergreen because we have some evergreen, evening evergreen in our designer series paper. Or do we want to use the little butterflies? So butterflies or gems, I guess, is our choice. All right. So here is our card base. And I'm going to add this piece right here. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and pop up our little Easter blessings on our layer. And I could do that after, I could do it after I put this layer on our card, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. And then I'll be checking to see about embellishments in a few minutes. So I'm going to place that just about right here. And now I am going to place this right here, but I'm only going to put adhesive on the left-hand side. That way I'll be able to open the card, because if we place it all the way down, then part of the card will not open. So I just kind of hold it like I want, and then I just put my hand right up here, and then I'm going to bring in the liquid glue, and I know to put the glue over here on this side of my card. Turn it over. And then I want to get it straight. And then I can always check and see there's no glue showing. And press it down. Let me see what you think as far as the embellishments. Hi, Vay. Hey, Vay, you won a prize. So you'll have to send me your address at rusticbarncards at gmail.com so I can send you your prize. And Let's see. I think yes, you won for leaving a comment last time I was live. So you get one of the ladybug cards I made last time. So should I use the gems or the butterflies? What do we think? Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm glad you're on so I can let you know that I'll get that sent in the mail tomorrow, and I'll send an envelope with it too. Oh, that's a good idea. Good idea, Marie, to add a butterfly and then add a few gems on maybe on the white part. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Before I do that, let me show you how this card opens. So the card, you open the card like this, and you still have room to sign it. And I have a couple more to show you. So let's get the gems on here, and then I'll show you the other two cards. Maybe I should have just left these out. Okay, we had to work to get that envelope or the cellophane off, didn't we? Okay, so we are going to put some butterflies on here. We'll add a butterfly on the daffodil. I think I'm going to use a small one. And or maybe a larger one would show up. Yeah. We'll add one right there, and then some gems. So we add the, I think I will go with, we could do evening, we could do contrast. I think I will. We could do the pale papaya also, and but let's just do the evening evergreen. And I'm going to use the putty part of my take your pick tool because I think that will be easier. And put one down here. And I think we'll pick up another one, and maybe I'll stick it right down here. Okay. So here is our card, Easter Blessings. We have a little butterfly on the flower. We have our gems, and it opens up, and it will even stand up. And let me show you the other two cards. Now we popped this daffodil up. I made one just like this card, but I did not. So on this one, I added 3 small butterflies, and I did not pop it up with dimensionals. I just went ahead and adhered the daffodil. And then I have a third card to show you, and I used a different designer series paper because here I used exactly the same. Oh, good. I'm glad you like this. Thanks, Vay. Thanks, Marie. This is the third card, and I made it into a Mother's Day card. And here I used both of the double ovals of the double oval punch. And here I used Mossy Meadow, but I used Oud Olive, and I colored the stems completely. Where here I showed you that technique that I used with the blends and the color lifter to just kind of get a little bit of saturation on the leaves. And I used So Saffron and Daffodil Delight for the daffodils. And I used our white classic dots. I could have used the black classic dots too. And then it opens up and you can put your message. So which one do you like the best? Let me know. And yes, Judy, it is an idea to use both of them, isn't it? So that was a good idea that Marie had to and you can do that. You can combine your embellishments. Yes, you certainly can. But I think this is a great way to use your 12 by 12 designer series paper because you're able to make use it as a card base. So I think it's a, so I hope that you liked the cards, and I appreciate you watching. I'll be back next Tuesday live at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, because I am in the Eastern time zone now. I'm not sure about all the other times, but I know whatever time zone you're in, you can figure it out. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please consider doing that and give me a thumbs up. If you're watching on Facebook, follow me on Facebook, give me a like. I appreciate that. I hope that I've given you some inspiration. And yes, Marie, it's a really quick way to make some cards, and I'm glad that you liked it. I would love to see some of your cards. So if you make an accordion card, post it on my Facebook page and let me know. And I thanks, Vay. I will enjoy my vacation. As I mentioned, it's raining today, but we need the rain, and it's still warmer here than in Iowa. So, and it's probably cold in Minnesota today too. So thank you for watching. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, and have a great week. And I will see you next Tuesday.